All right, guys, are you ready for a budget boost that's badass? Well, in this video, we're gonna break down what we're doing to our new 2024 Ranger Raptor. Let's go take a look. Hey everybody, it's Fellow Texas 4x4, and we build badass 4x4s. And this is our brand new Ford Ranger Raptor. You're right, it's not an F-150 Raptor, it is a Ranger Raptor. And I've been waiting on this thing for a couple of years now. About 2 years ago, they announced them. We saw them overseas. They've been overseas for a couple of years. Australia's been rocking the shit out of them, and I've been super jealous ever since that day. But today, we finally got ours. Actually, I've had it for about a week. I put almost 1,000 miles on it, and I'm in love. I love everything about this vehicle. And yeah, we had a Bronco, we built it up. It was super dependable, super reliable, super capable. However, it was missing one thing, and that was the power. And yeah, there's a lot of people talking about doing V8 conversions out there. We even toyed with it ourselves, but the idea is, I just don't see the point when you can buy a Bronco Raptor or you can buy a Ranger Raptor and get OEM performance, a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that makes over 400 horsepower. This thing is even 700 pounds lighter than Bronco Raptor, and it's actually why I chose this over the Bronco Raptor. But I just didn't see any point in keeping the Bronco around, trying to make more power out of it when we could just sell it. And I sold it to an amazing person that loves it.
I couldn't love you any better.
Just the way it is.
Just the way you are.
We sell it, we build one of these. And now Quinn over at 74 Weld, he's already put portals and 37s on it, and it looks badass. There's a few design changes that need to be made before we do that to ours. So in the meantime, we're gonna do what we call a badass budget build. And I'll walk you through the parts in a minute. First, let's start it up, get it inside the shop, and we're gonna break down what a badass budget build actually looks like. So let's go inside. All right, guys, before we do this, let's talk about the breakdown on the parts list that's going on this brand new Ranger Raptor. And I know earlier I was calling it a badass budget build. Really what we should call it is a badass bulletproof budget build, because what we're gonna be doing to this thing, no matter what size tire you're gonna run to it, is going to be bulletproof it in. So what I mean by that is we're gonna beef up the steering. All right, so when we looked at the steering rack on this thing, it's quite puny. We want something big, heavy, strong in there that can tackle anything that we throw at it, any size tire. So we're gonna be putting the Ford Performance Rack in there with the billet housing from 74 Weld, and that is gonna give me the peace of mind that we need to go out and mob this thing hard. The tie rods that are on there, they're basically little pieces of shit. So we're gonna be replacing them with these heavy duty Heim joint steering links from Fouts. I wanted regular tie rods, but I wanted something from beginning to end that wasn't gonna break, and everything out there was just an extension onto that puny little tie rod that's attached to the rack. Now, I don't want that. I want peace of mind when I go off-road. So we're gonna be putting in these really heavy-duty links. Fouts upper control arms, these are really beautiful billet links from Fouts. These are gonna have the Heims in them, so we can do all our adjustments to the front end suspension or the caster camber using these upper control arms going forward. Eventually, we're probably gonna lock out the lowers, so we're gonna use all our adjustability in there, but it'll keep the integrity of the alignment in place as we go mobbing this thing. So, Fouts links, 2-inch perch collars from Fouts. This is gonna allow us to level out the front of the truck. Instead of doing like a spacer lift on top of the strut or coil, we're gonna be doing this. This is gonna compress the spring, it'll go underneath the spring, release the spring. Truck's gonna sit up 2 inches higher than it did before and level us out. So this should allow us to run 35s with minor or no trimming at all. But when we go to 37s, we're still gonna be doing quite a bit of trimming. So this will get us there for a little while. Last but not least, this is really important. This is the double shear kit from Solo Motorsports. We'll take a better look at it once it's in and welded in. And I don't know why Ford did this, but they did not double shear the upper control arm mount. Dumb, all right? I bent 2 upper control arm bolts on my Bronco, and it's a pain in the ass to get that bolt out once it's bent. Solo came up with that for the Bronco. We're gonna use it on the Ranger Raptor and hopefully keep us or prevent us from bending that upper control arm bolt and jacking with our alignment. So we got a ton of work to do today. I'm gonna get out of Jesse's way so he can get started on it, and we'll take a better look at it when it's all over with. Let's get started. Okay, so before Jesse gets started installing the new 74 weld steering rack and housing, we're going to compare the two. So first off, let's get in a little bit closer right here, and you can see the difference just in the pinion, the area of the pinion housing itself. Much, much stronger and beefier right here. You're not gonna be breaking that on this housing. Also, take a look at the size of these drive motors. So this is the Ford Performance Haas 3 steering rack internally inside this housing. And their drive motor, which is much, much bigger than your stock drive motor. A lot more power you're gonna get out of this. So bigger motor, better performance. Also, check out these tie rods and the size of them, much, much beefier. When the Ford Bronco first came out, people were taking them out, going off-roading in them, and even without bigger tires and lifts on them, they were snapping these tie rods and creating a lot of problems. You know, wheels going in different directions all of a sudden. A lot has been done in the Bronco development that's going to help us just jump right in with the Ranger Raptor and hit the trails with confidence. Me personally, I wouldn't run any of these. If you're going to be running on a lift, 35s, 37s, and you're actually going to be going out and off-roading this, do not do that without replacing that rack with one of these 74 weld billet housings with the Haas 3.0 internals. And you damn sure don't want to be running them with these little puny ass tie rods that are on here. But unfortunately, right now, as of today, we don't have any Bronco tie rods that'll cross over to this. So that's why we're using the Faust Motorsports links. These were specifically designed for the Ranger Raptor itself. So as soon as Jesse gets us in, he's going to install the steering links on here, put the boots on, get everything watertight on it. We're ready to rock and roll. So I think right now he's getting the perch collars installed on the shocks. He'll get all that wrapped up. One of the other guys, Jacob's bringing a run over here, burn in the double shear upper control arm mounts, and they're gonna start reassembling the entire vehicle. But shouldn't take long, should be done today, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing does on the trail. All right, the guys have finished installing all the badass parts on here, and the truck looks freaking great. I love it. I was worried anytime we take something, you know, you buy something sometimes on the deal and you drive them off the lot, you drive them for a week. I put almost 1,000 miles on this truck, perfectly stocked, and I freaking loved it. It drove amazing, it was great. And you start to get a little bit worried about making changes and modifications to these things that all of a sudden you don't like them as much. That didn't happen at all. I love the way the truck looks. I think it looks way better than it did before. It's definitely way more aggressive with the Nitto trug grapplers on it, a little bit taller in the front. We got it leveled out a little bit. I love it. It still drives great. The Faust Motorsports Heim steering on there, a little bit harder to get the steering wheel just dialed in straight and perfect on this thing. But once the guys did, I took it out and did a test drive in this thing. Badass. I just love it, man. I can't get over it. And like I said, it keeps getting better. You'll notice that we changed wheels. The race lines, I wanted to run because they were satin black. Unfortunately, they had the zero offset, which I kind of like because it meant that the tire was gonna stick out a little bit. Unfortunately, because it was sticking out a little bit, we took one of the springs off the shocks, we stuffed it up there. It was gonna be rubbing, especially at turn. There was just no way getting around it. So we ditched that. I had the Method 703s already here with a plus 35 offset. So we swapped the tires out, put them on these rims. This is the bead grip wheel also. So race lines that we had on there before had no bead protection whatsoever. So, you know, if we air down too much and we hit something too hard, we could lose a bead. The Method 703s that we chose for this have bead grip technology. Where the bead actually seats on the wheel is a little bit ribbed. So once you get that tire seated on there, makes it really hard to unseat that bead. Overall, we got a better wheel. It's a titanium. It kind of just works better. Overall, I wish we had just stuck with this wheel in the very beginning. These are actually chosen so when we went to portals, we would have enough offset. Overall, I think it looks better with them, and I'm really excited. Also, it has the Apex valves in there in those wheels. So Apex valves, if you're not familiar with them, they are to rapidly air down the tire. Anybody that's ever gone off-roading and they go to air down their tires knows it can be kind of a pain in the butt if you're using something to help you air them down. Like even if you pull the valve cord, it's kind of messy, you can lose it. You can let too much air out too fast. What's nice about the ABEX valves is you just flip the tab, it rapidly releases air. You can shut it real quick. You can check your pressure again. So you don't risk going under your target pressure. So I really, really like the APEX valves. I run them on everything we do. I highly recommend them. And last but not least, we got the 74 well billet housing in there with the Ford Performance rack inside of it. So we got stronger steering, stronger housings for the steering. We've got the heavy duty Heim steering in there. We've got the billet upper control arms, and we have the Solo Motorsports double shear welded in to protect the upper control arm bolt. That's what I'm talking about when I say bulletproof. I've taken these out. The front end of this thing is very, very similar to the Bronco, and we bent 2 bolts on there. I don't want that happening again, especially with the nature of this platform and what we intend to do with it. We're probably gonna try and send it a lot more than we did in the Bronco. I think this thing's bulletproof. It's probably gonna stay this way for a while until we get the portals in, and then we're gonna go to 37s. I love the way it is now, and I can't wait to get this thing out to the Texas Raptor Run tomorrow and start really testing out these modifications.
And we believe you will really love this next-gen Ranger Raptor once you drive it.
A few days later, with Tony from Trail Cartel.
What's up, Bubba?
Hey Tony, hey guys. So after we've installed all these amazing parts on the Ranger Raptor, what better place to test it than the Texas Raptor Run in Blackwell, Texas? It's a great place to do a shakedown run and really find out what's going on with the vehicle. My good buddy Tony from Trail Cartel is here to ride along with me. Tony's gonna hold the camera. He's gonna do some commentary while we drive.
Some yeehaw.
We've got a couple of trucks in front of us on the short course, and then we're gonna throw the helmet on. Tony's already got his. He's ready to go.
I'm overachiever, man.
Flip it down. Show him the visor.
You want to see the visor?
No.
Yeah. This is
Visor
yes.
up.
No.
And we're gonna take you guys for a ride.
Hang on.
Yeah, I got some quotes.
You wish you had one.
So what's amazing about a Texas Raptor Run is guys that used to drive Jeeps would show up here,
Perfect.
and would become men. And it's a maturation process. Really takes a lot of time. They're like, well, we could swap a big engine in their Jeep. And but now they drive Rangers, and we're taking the baby steps. We're looking forward. Next year, they'll be in full-size trucks. But anyway, welcome to Texana and Texas Raptor Run.
Thanks, Eric. Perfect. All right, guys.
That was
let's
special,
go.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
little hazing.
A little hazing from the Raptor guys, the Raptor alumni.
Here we go.
All right.
Woohoo! A little air right there. This is the sketchiest corner in the place, in my opinion.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know the video is not going to look smooth, but this is ridiculously smooth.
It better not look smooth. Shoot, yeah.
Thing sounds so freaking good. Oop. That'll buff out. Maybe not. Sorry, Bethany. She's really. Who cracked my windshield? Man, this thing freaking pulls.
We're at 67.
Nice. Don't forget your turn.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going the long track with you.
We might.
Woody. Very nice. This thing's like a razor with a cab.
I think so.
People are like, are there any jumps? Everything's a jump. Nice.
Whoop, somebody hit that tree.
Oh, shoot. That's gonna leave a mark.
Yes.
I wish somebody would hit this tree up here that's unnecessary. Man, that was nice. That's a big dip right there.
Yeah.
Wow. This has changed a little too.
A little bit. That turn got a little wider, didn't it?
Yeah. Nice. Here's that nasty rock.
That, yeah, I'm waiting for that one to hit an oil pan on somebody.
I know. Oh, shit. Hey, this thing does have bump stops.
You mean fenders?
Fenders are optional. All right. All right, our favorite section.
Oh, yeah. Nope, they didn't
nope,
great shit.
Nope, they didn't fix this at all. Woo-hoo.
So what do you think, Tony?
I love it, man.
It's pretty
insane.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I think it wish it had a little bit more travel to it, but overall, this thing is so awesome. It performs so freaking well in Baja mode.
Yeah.
And I think of all the Raptors that I've driven, the Baja mode on this one seems to be the most dialed in, I guess. What do you think?
I do.
You
I
feel
like
like
it. It reminds me of the Raptor, Bronco Raptor. So,
Yeah.
which I think is a little more rowdy than my full-size Raptor. So.
Yeah, a little lighter, and this thing's even lighter than the Bronco Raptor, and yet has the same engine in it. So the power to weight ratio is the big winner in this platform, and dude, it's just, I can't get over it. I can't wait to do more stuff with it. I can't wait to take it to Baja.
No kidding.
And really put this thing to use for, you know, not just off-roading, but just a mixture of both on and off-road. So guys, when you are ready to modify your Ranger Raptor, you're ready to make the move and really beef it up so that it can come out here and tackle stuff like this at high speeds without the steering liabilities that obviously it comes with from the factory. Hit me up, let's get you on the books, and let's get these things bulletproof. Now, for more videos on off-roading and other cool stuff, click here.
Really exciting, really exciting. Happy to see it for them. We'll probably have special t-shirts for all of them.